Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is Tuesday and I'm going to show you how to do the Tunisian crochet. I'm just going to teach you the basic stitch first, because then we'll move on like next week to changing colours and how that works, but I need you to get used to the stitch first. So you're going to need a ball of wool. You're also going to need an Afghan crochet hook. They sell these quite cheap on eBay for a pack that come with a cable attached. Mine is detachable just because that's what I like. These Symphony Addis, I think they're Addis hooks, Symphony, are really nice and really smooth. But bamboo ones from China or wherever are just as good. You'll need, I think this is a 6.5mm, and whatever that is in US terms, I'm not sure. But I'm not going to unwind my cable just yet, just because we're going to be working the slip knot and then the chains. So if you don't remember the slip knot, I'll just quickly go over that with you now. So hold the end of the wool in your hand, wrap that end around twice and hold. Pull the back over the front and leave it there. Now grab the new back one, pull it over and off, and pull these two. It creates your slip knot, which is movable. So if you put your hook in, pull it up, not too tight around your hook. Now however you've managed to learn to have your yarn tensioned, everyone's different, everyone holds it differently. I showed the way I hold it, but it might not be right for you. So I grab it really loosely in these two and put these two under there, but I hold on, not close enough. I hold this. You have to hold the end while you begin, otherwise it just slips. So we need to chain, and I'm going, we'll do 15, but you need 16 to create 15, I think. 1. And if you remember how to chain, sorry I'm moving a bit far forward, you just grab the yarn, pull it through the loop on the hook. That's 2 chains. 3, 4, 5, now you only need 15, I've just realised. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Now this isn't like single crochet, you need an extra one for the stitch up the side. This is different because that loop there is coming out of that last stitch, and that's what you need. Right, with this stitch we're not working one stitch at a time, we're going to work the whole row all in one. So you've got a loop coming out of that first, chain there. So you want to go into the second chain, which is right there. Go in, yarn over, pull up a loop, leave them on your hook, find the next stitch, go in, yarn over, pull up a loop, leave it on your hook. We're not taking any stitches off the hook at this point, we're just going to put them all on. Next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, that's 4, and the next one, yarn over, pull up a loop, 5. So I'm just going to work my way slowly. 6, 7. Now it's always a good idea to just slip them down a bit, because this part of the hook is slimmer than the main part, so it can be awkward tensioning. So always just give them a slide down the hook to make sure they're loose enough, because they're obviously going to be sitting down here when you're working on a big blanket. So just keep going and pull up a loop in every stitch, leaving them on the hook. And then when you come to the end, you should have 15 loops on your hook. And this last one right here. So just as a precaution, I'm going to count them. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15. Perfect. Right, so let me just pull up a bit more. Oops. Right, now what we're going to do is we're going to take them all back off again, So those two processes, picking them all up and taking them all back off, counts as one row, okay? But the bonus is you're always going, you're never turning your work over, you're always going in the same direction. So the first thing we do is yarn over and pull through just that very end one, because that creates the step up for the row backwards. So you only ever pull through one on that very end one there. From here on, you yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Remember to twist your hook down, yarn over, pull through 2, so that this tip of your hook goes through the main bottom part of the stitch. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, all the way back to the beginning. Whoops. So yarn over, pull through 2 all the way to the end. Oops. And that last one. And that's what, sorry, I'm moving too far over to the left. That's what you should have right now. So you've got a lot of these. I'm trying to get the camera to focus. There we go. We've got a lot of these vertical bars, which is what we're going to work into next. See, if you pull it, it looks like a horseshoe, because you've got the front part of the stitch and the back part through the back there. Yeah. So what we're actually going to do is every time we are working into these vertical bars. Okay, let's take that out. Now the first one is actually this one here, but you don't need it because you've got a loop that comes out of that one already. Okay, so always skip the first one, move on to the second, go through that bar, pull up a loop and leave it on your hook, because we're going to pick them all up again. So through the next loop, vertical bar, yarn over, pull up a loop, this next one here, yarn over, pull up a loop, and there, yarn over, pull up a loop, and then there, yarn over, pull up a loop. So just keep an eye on where you're going, pull up a loop. I always find it easy to keep it between my fingers, my finger and thumb, and then I kind of know where I am. Okay, just remember, keep it loose. Right there. Sometimes I lose where I am, but it doesn't help. I'm trying to look for the camera too. So all the way, and I'll show you what to do with that end one. So we've got this one and then the end one. So we'll do this one. Now what you're left with is this end thing here, but just going through the one generally isn't good enough. It looks weird on the end, so you've got to grab that one, and then if you turn to the side you'll see, hold on, it's awkward, this one right here. I don't know if you can see that. You've got to grab the other side, so you just give it a little tug to find out where it is, which is right there. So you've got both legs of the end one. Leave that one out of the way. This is your end one. You need 2 just to give you that stable side. Okay, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and we've still got 15, so that's good. And always make sure that it moves up and down your hook easy, and then you know you've got your tension right. Okay, now we've got to go back again. Still the same row though, remember. So yarn over, pull through 1, and that is the only time you pull through 1. The rest of the row, it's through 2. So yarn over, whoops, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Now if you don't remember to do that, you're going to have work that angles. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, all the way back to the beginning. Oops. So that's row number 2. Now it looks gappy up here, but that's because the next row fills that in. See, the bottom row is not so gappy because the second row has filled the gaps in that bottom one. Okay, so don't worry about the gappiness, it's not permanent. So remembering again, this is our first one, so we don't need to touch this edge one because there she is. So we move along to the second one, go just under that front bar, yarn over, pull up a loop, through that next bar, yarn over, pull up a loop, and again all the way back to the other end. You'll get used to just you'll get faster, you'll get used to just knowing where they are and just grabbing them. It's a fairly easy stitch. Right, now we're back at the end again, so we need to grab both legs, remember, so there's the front one and there is the back one, so you've got 2 loops for one there. Now this is the only time you pull through one. No, we're not doing that yet. I've pulled up a loop, beg your pardon. You've pulled up a loop in that end stitch. Now we're going to work backwards. Okay, my end stitch on my first row is always loose, so yarn over the only time you pull through one, okay, which gives you the step up. So now it's yarn over, pull through 2 all the way back. Now with this stitch and the blankets, this one is taller than it is wide. With the single crochet it was wider than it was tall, the stitch. This one's the other way. It's quite a tall stitch because you're doing essentially 2 rows to make 1 row. Now, the curling, that's normal. That's partly why we go for the bigger hook. If that wasn't a 6.5, that'd be right like this at the minute. You'd be quite surprised. So the curling is normal, don't worry about it. That's why I add borders onto my blankets so that it kind of flattens it out. So now we're going to go and do another row. So remember, this is your first stitch, we don't need to touch this one here, she's already there. So this second vertical bar, go through, pull up a loop, leave it on the hook, through the next one, yarn over, pull up a loop, through the next one, yarn over, pull through, and the next one. So at the end of each row, just kind of count that you've still got 15 because it's easy to miss one. You wouldn't think so being so big, but trust me, I've done it. I've missed stitches here, there and everywhere before. So just, there's no rush, you know, go at your own pace. Just pull up a loop in every vertical bar there is on the row. So we're back at the end again. So now we need to go through the 2 legs again. Now, I'm going to try and show you a bit closer. You've got your 2 horizontal. That's the cross stitch going across. You need this side one. So there's the front leg already. So then you just need to find that back one too. Once you get used to it, it'll be easy to spot. Okay, so yarn over, pull through those, pull up a loop. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Yes, we've still got 15. Let me just pull a bit more. So now we're going to work our way back. First stitch and only stitch, remember, yarn over, pull through 1. And that creates your step up the side. I told you, look, my first stitch is always really loose and then it's not. I don't know. Anyway, so we've done the pull through 1. Now it's yarn over, pull through 2 all the way back. Pull through 2, yarn over, 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 pull through 2, So just keep going like that all the way back. No rush. If you need to pause because I'm going too fast, that's fine. Honestly, just go at your own pace. Because I find when you're rushed, it's harder. It really is harder. So there we go, we've pulled through 2 all the way back. And as you can see, it's not so gappy down here now. And it actually makes quite a thick, this is the back. Okay. And this is the front. So the difference with this one and the single crochet, as long as you don't have words or a name on it, you can flip it over and it'll be the same on the back as it is on the front. This one does not do that. There clearly is a front and a back. So whatever picture you do, it will not look the same on the back, and that's normal. Right, I'm going to do another row with you. So remember, we've got the first stitch, so leave her alone. We go into the second one, yarn over, pull up a loop. Just remember you've got 2 legs to this stitch. You've got, let me see if I can get it in focus. Hold on. I want it to focus on me. There we go. These stitches, you've got this front vertical bar, and then, whoops, at the back here you've got the back vertical bar. Okay, but you don't want to be going behind that one too. You want to just go behind this front leg right here. Okay, yarn over and pull up a loop. So through that front vertical bar, yarn over, pull up a loop. Through the bar, yarn over, pull up another loop. Keep them all on your hook until you get to the end. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish the row. The only thing I will say about this stitch is it's very easy to lose one when you're changing colours. But we'll come to that when we get there. Right, we're at the end. So we have our top stitch, which goes across. We need this one, and then we need to just give it a little pull. Sometimes you need to tug on it, and we need the back stitch, the back leg too. So you've got 2. So yarn over, pull through those 2. Right, now we're back at, let me just pull some more wool from my ball. Now, again, this is the only time you're going to yarn over and pull through just 1. Now the rest of the way back you're going to yarn over and pull through 2. So yarn over, pull through 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through another 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Do that all the way back. Now if you accidentally go through, I don't know, 3, this is what will happen, and you should notice it pulls them 2 together. And you lose a stitch essentially then, because you'll count this as your, you'll end up going through both of those. You don't want to do that. So you will notice if you pull through 3, and it's easy to just kind of pull off and go back. Okay, so it's still curling a little, but not as much as it would if I was using, you know, a 5mm or something. So this, when I can get my camera to focus, there we go. This is what you should have now. It's just a whole load of vertical lines. Now the bonus to this one is it looks a lot crisper. If you do a picture blanket, a graphgan, you get straight edges and whatever. But I'll leave that with you. Go ahead and do as many rows as necessary until you're comfortable with it and you know what you're doing. And then next Tuesday I will put up the next one. I think I rushed too much last time and I put them all up way too quick. So I'm going to give you a week to kind of practice with this one and, you know, get used to it and know what you're doing. Then next Tuesday I will be working on changing colours, and I'm only going to do a basic colour change at that point, you know, half this colour and half, I don't know, perhaps red or something. I don't know yet, we'll see. Just so you can get used to colour changes. So you are going to need pegs. You should only need 2, unless you're going to work one from the yarn ball, because you're only going to have 2 colours anyway, so a yarn ball would be fine. So have a practice, keep going, see how you get on with it, and I will come back next week with the colour changes. Take care, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.